Hello and welcome back. I know that many of you have been contemplating, I am so behind on my marketing. And this episode is dedicated to all of you service-based business owners who are juggling your existing clients and feeling overwhelmed by the thought of creating content for your business. I'm going to share with you the misconceptions of why it's never too late to start, share valuable insights you should consider, and give you actionable tips to help you build a strong presence on social media and attract the right audience, or how I like to call them, your potential ideal clients. Let's go. Hey, I'm Veronica Polo, and with more than 15 years being a marketing strategist, you're going to experience the new way to promote your business with clear and unique messaging by giving you actionable marketing and messaging strategies that get you interested leads to transform the lives of your audiences so that you build up your brand with continuous momentum. Get ready, because here's where we say no to outdated marketing strategies and society norms, and we say yes to change from the inside out. Welcome to the Branding Momentum Podcast. Full disclosure, I am recording this episode on September 3rd on a Sunday at 11:48 a.m. And I will tell you a little bit more about this in the episode, okay? So to kick things off, let's talk about why it is essential to adopt, the never too late mindset when it comes to, your marketing and your content creation. Like, many business owners believe that we've missed, the boat because we haven't been active on social media or created content consistently. And the truth is that it's never too late to start. Yes, I know I sound like a broken record if you ever heard me say this, but it is true. You are never too late to start. In fact, every moment is an opportunity to make a fresh start and to grow your brand and your business. And every time you serve a client, you send a proposal, you solve a problem, you are literally sitting on a gold mine of content. But the problem is that you have, is that we don't see it as important or as relevant. So you neglect it and you avoid it, and you get it out of your head because there are more important things for you than that, right? Well, no, unfortunately, no. Serving others and serving your business is as important. If you don't serve your business, you don't get new leads. So your thinking and your mindset about how you look at your business needs to change or shift. Yeah, I don't know how loudly I can say this, but you need to treat your business differently. You need to treat your business as your biggest client. Because in the end, even though these clients are paying for you, your business is the one that is keeping you afloat. The business is the one that is giving you a job, a purpose. So you need to treat it with kitty gloves, as important as a new client or as a current client. Okay. Another common misconception we see is the perfectionism trap. Dear God, the perfectionism trap, right? So, and unfortunately, many business owners believe that we need to create content that is perfect. So, they end up not creating content at all. And perfectionism can be a creativity killer. Okay, let me repeat this. Perfectionism can be a creativity killer. Even if you think that you don't have creativity, being perfect kills it. Okay, it is important to remember that your audience values authenticity and genuine interactions how you are perceived. Don't be afraid to show, the process, share the journey, and be imperfect. Because nobody's perfect in this world. And if you're going to be perfect, then it ain't worth it, right? And if you're struggling with this, I want you to listen to a podcast that is called People Don't Know What to Post, So They Stop. I want you to listen to that podcast. Go and research right here where you're listening and look for that podcast episode that I did a while ago, because it is very good episode for you to listen if that is something that you are struggling with. Now, once you see that perfectionism is not tying you down, you will see and you will find that your audience will appreciate your honesty, and that they will actually connect with you on a deeper level. And I want to share here right now, before I lose you maybe to the tips that I'm going to bring out soon, right? I want to give you two options, right? I have two freebies that you can download right now for this, right? And for everything that I'm going to say from now on. But there are two freebies. One is the social hooks and calls to action. And that is if you're ready, to unleash those, how to hook your audience on social media and the good calls to actions that you should get. So you can download that right now. And then there's the second one, which is communicate like a boss. If you are juggling with time and you are wrestling how to, put out things on social media, and you're unsure if it can actually grow your business, and your marketing, you're leaving your marketing as a last minute thing that you're doing, and you don't have a clear strategy, then go and listen and watch Communicate Like a Boss, the Messaging Mastery. Okay, both of them are free of charge. I've done these for you. Okay. Now, I want to give you a few tips as we move on, right? And you know me, I like my podcast episodes to be snappy and quick for you to do them, right? So I know certain things that I will be saying are repetitions of things, but sometimes we got to repeat things 6 to 7 times so that people can actually, digest it and actually do it. So first, the one thing that you got to do is you got to prioritize and make a plan. You should set aside time each week to focus on your content creation. Treat it as, as the important task that deserves your attention. And you should plan your topics and outline your posts and create content, create a content calendar that is organized. That is something that is important when you're creating content, right? Then the second thing that I would like to share is repurpose and reuse. A lot of people create so much content and they don't reuse it and they don't repurpose it. So don't start from scratch every time. If you have written an article, if you have done a post, maybe months ago, who knows? You can turn it around. You can make it into different kinds of formats, into a video, into a carousel, into a blog post, into even an article, because maybe you did a video. Or you can chop it into million little pieces. Well, million, no, but let's say 20 or 15 or 10, right? You can do that. I know that you can do that. Then batch and create. So when you batch and create, meaning you are sitting down and you are creating content at a certain period of time. And this is what I said at the beginning. Today, I recorded this episode on September 3rd. This episode is actually coming out on September 28th. This is my 4th recording in the last week. Why? Because I'm batching my content. I need to be free of doing the podcast on weekends so that I can actually focus on maybe having time for myself, right? Or going out or doing other things that I would like to do. But not only that, during the week, I don't want to be thinking about my podcast episodes because for me, is a task, is a thing that I need to do. It is part of my business. The podcast is the most, 60 to 70% of my business is the podcast right now. So choose your times, batch it. You can take 1 hour and create different parts of content for your business for an entire month, right? Now, the next thing I want to tell you is that you can actually delegate or outsource these content creations. You don't have to be, struggling to balance your client life and your business. No, if there's somebody within your business that maybe is working with you, you don't have to be the front of the company. You don't have to be creating the content yourself alone. Yes, you know the information. Yes, you have the knowledge. But if you have other people, then maybe you ask them to help you out, right? Maybe that is part of their responsibilities. Not only that, you can also hire virtual assistants, right, to create the content for you. Graphic designers to create the content for you, to design what's coming out, right? Okay. And then the last one that I want to share with you is try to set realistic goals. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to do everything at once when you haven't been doing content, when you haven't been creating content, right? Don't put that pressure on you. Don't put that pressure, but pick a couple or maybe one social media platform where you feel the most comfortable, or the one that you are there the most. Sometimes maybe where you are the most is where you should be creating content for. Maybe your ideal clients are not there, but that's as a topic for another day, right? But I do believe that you should definitely set yourself to win, not set yourself to lose, right? You are not late. You are not behind. This is not for you to be punishing yourself. This is not for you to be thinking, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do this because maybe I'm too old or anything. No, negative thoughts, forget about it. Get them away from your brain. No way, no way. That won't get you anywhere. I'm not saying that you have to be the happy, positive person. No, be who you are, right? But be realistic. Be authentic to yourself. Be honest with you. Am I willing to do this? Do I want more leads? Do I want more money? We have all the answers. We just have to choose to do it or not. But in the end, you are not behind, my friend. You are not behind on your marketing. You are never, never late for the game. You can always hop on any social media platform. You can always send an email, even if you haven't, created emails or sent emails to that email database that has been collecting dust. They don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody's thinking, oh my God, they're so late. Nobody's thinking that. Only you. Only you. Anyways, that came a bit of off the cuff kind of podcast, because I felt that I feel it. I see it so much. I see the struggle. I see the pain. I see the expectations that we put in ourselves, and we feel like we're not giving it 100%. Yes, you are giving it 100%. But posting and creating content is not the enemy. Okay? Okay. I hope to see you same time, same place next week.